Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. First call, Aaron Rodgers reportedly wants red carpet treatment, Ben Roethlisberger mulls scouting for Steelers. Wednesday's first call features some future plans for former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. He also gives us some personal favorites among the draft crop of quarterbacks. We get a glance behind the curtain at what Aaron Rodgers might be thinking. The Steelers are looking at a complicated draft prospect in the secondary. And we know the jersey numbers for the new guys in black and gold. Not feeling Aaron Rodgers' feelings, The Athletic's Michael Silver went on the Scoop City podcast Monday with Diana Russini and Chase Daniel. While there, Silver relayed a conversation he had with new Los Angeles Rams receiver Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers' former target in Green Bay and New York. Based on information he gathered from Adams, Silver says Rodgers may be leery of signing with the Steelers because they aren't making him feel special enough in their recruitment. "I think Aaron wants someone to roll out the red carpet for him," Silver told the show at the 1 hour 3 minutes and 20 seconds mark. "That is what he is looking for. I'm not sure if he would consider the Steelers doing that right now. I'm not positive how Aaron perceives that or how the Steelers perceive that. Aaron would love to be swept off his feet." Adams says Rodgers' desire to be nurtured through this process stems from how the Jets unceremoniously dumped him heading into free agency. "I'm not exactly sure what the red carpet means, especially if Rodgers is telling the world he only needs $10 million to play. I'm also not sure why Rodgers feels entitled to that, given that the Steelers are his only option right now." Big Ben's big plans? Former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger says he'd be interested in scouting for the club in some sort of capacity. "If the Steelers were to ask me, would you look at this? Would you evaluate this? Walk me through what you see here. I would love to do that," Roethlisberger said on his most recent Footballin' podcast. "I would love to be a part of that kind of stuff. I feel like I have a different view than a lot of people who just watch film would see." Roethlisberger said he could add some insight into the intangible end of things. "I would love to go to a game and watch it, like a live game. I would just watch a player. Look at him when he comes off the field. Does he sit on the bench and pout? Does he go sit down? Is he throwing his hands up and blaming other people, or is he like, 'my bad'?" Based on what NFL scouts make versus what Roethlisberger made as a quarterback in the league, he may not want such a job full-time in retirement. But could Big Ben be somewhat of a consultant instead of a scout? Sure. That could make some sense. "I watched him play a few games, and I really liked what I saw from Jackson Dart," Roethlisberger said. "He's got a gunslinger mentality. He can run. There's just something there. He can just make the ugly look good. Dart is likely a second or third round option. Picking him at number 21 seems a bit rich for my blood. If the Steelers want a QB in the third round or later, and Dart is gone, Roethlisberger likes the intangibles of Will Howard. I really like the kid Will Howard from Ohio State," Roethlisberger said. "I just think he's a winner." Specifically, Roethlisberger appreciated how Howard bounced back after his late slide on the turf helped to lose OSU's regular season game against Oregon. However, Howard and the Buckeyes ended up winning a national championship. Steelers RB Jaylen Warren signs RFA tender. The Pittsburgh Steelers will now officially have Jaylen Warren ready and set for 2025. The former undrafted free agent signing out of Oklahoma State signed his one-year restricted free agent tender on Tuesday, the team announced. Warren will be taking on the role of Pittsburgh's starting running back now that Najee Harris is in Los Angeles with the Chargers. Warren's explosiveness has been one of the best aspects of the Steelers' offense over the last 2 seasons. In 2023, he totaled 784 yards and averaged over 5 yards per carry. He took a small step back in 2024, but was also dealing with a hamstring injury. He still averaged over 4 yards per carry and had 511 yards, and added 38 receptions out of the backfield. While Pittsburgh still needs to find a second-string back to spell him, they at least have multiple seasons of proof that Warren can give them a jolt in the run game, and he will now get the chance to do it with starting reps. Steelers will forget about Aaron Rodgers if NFL draft whispers are true. The Pittsburgh Steelers' desperate search for a quarterback has been a lingering storyline since the close of the 2024 NFL season. While speculation around future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers sparked hope among fans this offseason, no deal materialized following a 6-hour free agent meeting in March. The lack of clarity surrounding Rodgers' 2025 plans has left the Steelers in quarterback limbo. This could soon change, especially if the latest rumors about Shedeur Sanders' draft stock prove true. The Steelers have lacked a reliable gunslinger since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement, and last season's inconsistent quarterback play only amplified the urgency to find a long-term solution. Rodgers appeared to be the most high-profile option available, and the franchise's willingness to meet with him reflected their desire to explore all avenues. Still, the uncertainty of his health, age, and commitment made a potential partnership too risky. As Rodgers continues to leave the football world guessing, Pittsburgh's front office may be gifted an unexpected opportunity, one that could define their next decade. That opportunity comes in the form of Shedeur Sanders. The former Colorado standout ended his collegiate career with an impressive 7,364 passing yards and 64 touchdowns. He also demonstrated poise, accuracy, and elite football IQ. Sanders' combination of pedigree and production has made him one of the few high-profile quarterbacks in the 2025 NFL draft class. The New Orleans Saints, picking at number 9 overall, were widely considered Sanders' most likely landing spot, especially after Derek Carr's shoulder injury resurfaced as a concern. But ESPN's Adam Schefter recently reported that the Saints may be leaning in a different direction. "I don't think New Orleans is taking Shedeur," Schefter stated. "They are hot and heavy on Jackson Dart." If true, this development could dramatically alter the quarterback landscape on draft night. Pittsburgh, selecting 12 picks after New Orleans, would instantly become one of the biggest winners of the draft if Sanders slips past the top 10. With limited proven options at quarterback and an aging defense still capable of competing, landing Sanders would not only address a critical need, it would reinvigorate the franchise. While Rodgers' name still commands attention, his delayed decision-making only adds to the frustration. The Steelers can't afford to sit and wait when a young, talented quarterback might fall into their lap. Shedeur Sanders represents more than just a draft pick. He symbolizes a fresh start, a cornerstone, and a commitment to the future. If the rumors are true and Sanders is still on the board when Pittsburgh is on the clock, the speculation about Rodgers will become an afterthought. The Steelers won't need to borrow time from an aging legend, they'll have their own. And you, fan? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers' situation? Write to us in the comments.